Let me tell you about the time I went to a mental health facility. It's not what you think. So yada yada yada. I used to work at a drug and alcohol rehab center, and one night the mental health facility called us to come pick up a client that we had completely forgotten about. We were supposed to pick her up at like 4 o'clock, and not only did we forgot she was even there. We did not know this woman was still at the mental hospital. We had delivered her over there like 90 days previously. She had had a mental break at some point during her rehab and due to meds and whatnot, and we delivered her to the hospital because we're an inpatient counseling center. We're not a medical facility. Leave it to the professionals, right? And so I called the facility manager, and he said, yeah, just go pick her up. And so I get my happy ass up, not wanting to go to the mental hospital at 8 o'clock at night or whatever the hell it was, and just drive over and pick her up. So I'm signing her out. The lady at the desk is not happy because the people upstairs aren't happy. And so I'm like, I signed all the paperwork to have her transferred to my care. And I'm like, all right, when she coming down, she's like, oh no, you got to go upstairs to get her. I'm like, what? I've never had to do that before. I've never been past the door, so I may never come out of there. If I walk in there, shit. So she said there was nobody there to help her carry her bags down, and she's too small, too frail to carry her bags down. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm like, I'm a big tough guy. How bad could this be? Pretty damn bad. So she buzzes me through 3 doors and then key card swipes me into the elevator. I go up to like the 3rd or 4th floor, whatever it was. It was like 23 years ago. I don't remember that shit. So I get out of the elevator, and thank God, I'm thinking there's just going to be mental patients everywhere. It's not like that. It's like a hospital. So there's no patients in the hallway. I look down at the end of the corridor, and there's a nurse's desk, and the woman's standing there all happy to see me, waving at me and shit. And she's got this mountain of bags, and for me to carry downstairs. Well, this sucks. They really hated us that night, I'm sure. And that was about the last normal thought that I had that night, because as I approached the nurse's station, I noticed that there was a window directly across the nurse's station. There was a woman standing right in the middle of the room, and I don't know if they had locked people up because I was walking up there or whatever, but that's a great idea, because this woman locked eyes with me as soon as I walked up. Now, I was not in the mood to like have a staring contest with a mental patient, or I don't know what, a mental patient at this hospital, so I just glanced away real quick. And I continued to walk towards the nurse's station. Now, the woman had her bags packed against the wall, so I went down to pick them up. When I did, it's right next to that window, and that woman was right in the window. It scared the shit out of me. Jump scare. I'm like, fuck. So she starts beating on the glass. The nurse starts yelling at her, and I'm like backing away slowly because I'm a big tough guy, right? And she starts banging on it, and she starts pointing at me, and she kept saying, I know you. And she said it probably 30 times. And I'm like, kind of getting freaked out by it. Just trying not to show it, And the nurse is like, don't worry about it. She does this shit all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not worried about it at all. No big deal. Damn it, man. So I'm picking the bags up. She says, no, I know you. She goes, you could keep laughing all you want. I know you, Alan. And as soon as she said Alan, my balls sucked right back up to my body. Shit. My blood ran cold, and I'm like, oh my gosh. She goes, yeah, I know your name. I've always known your name. And I'm like, I don't know this lady from Adam. And so I went to I went to look at the nurse to see what she thought about this. And that nurse's eyes were this big. And that's when I'm like, I'm getting the fuck. I told that lady, I said, get down the hall, get in the elevator. And she kept, and all I could hear that lady say was, run, run, run. Probably one of the scariest moments that I've ever experienced. And to this day, because I asked that lady in that car on the way back to the rehab center if she said she had never, that's the first time she had been on that floor, because that's where her bags were, and I have no idea. And she had never talked to that lady. And I don't know from Ad. I mean, I did not know this lady at all. And I mean, this is the area that I grew up in, and it may be someone from this area, but I didn't know her. And to this day, it's one of the scariest things. I don't even like thinking about it, honestly. And I'm getting ready to go out into the graveyard right now. But I didn't like thinking about it. I don't like thinking about it now. Fuck, I might not go to the graveyard tonight. Shit.